Step forward, please.
19-year-old Lila Zamani is suing her ex-boyfriend, 21-year-old Logan Winborn, for an unpaid loan for bail and for urinating on her laptop while sleepwalking.
Ms. Zamani, the defendant was your boyfriend. It is your claim that he owes you money for two things. First, that he damaged your laptop computer, and second, that you bailed him out of jail and he did not return the bail money to you, as agreed. Mr. Winborn says that he never agreed to return the bail money to you and that he did not damage the computer, right?
Yeah.
You do understand, Mr. Winborn, you're going to be at least partially sorry that you came here today.
Right.
You do understand that?
Yeah, I understand that.
I just like everybody to be prepared. You know, I don't like to ambush you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lila Zamani says ex-boyfriend Logan Winborn owes for a loan for bail money and the cost to replace a laptop computer.
Let's deal with the easy things first, please. When did she bail you out of jail and for what?
It was probably around 7 months ago.
When?
August 31st.
Were you living together at the time?
No, we weren't.
What were you arrested for?
Disorderly conduct. We got in an argument, and I went down to...
The two of you got into an argument?
The neighbors called the police. The police showed up. I was kind of throwing a fit in the street, and they took me to jail.
What do you mean you were throwing a fit in the street?
I was just kind of... I was stopping traffic and stuff.
Were you on drugs?
I was, yeah, I was drinking, so...
Was this the first time you were arrested?
No, I've been arrested a few times before.
For what?
For disorderly conduct, mostly.
You drink or you use drugs?
I used drugs, and I did drink.
Okay. Did you call Miss Zamani from jail?
Yes, I did.
What'd you say to her?
I asked if she could bail me out.
And she did? Mm-hmm. And how much did it cost you?
$2,932.
Did you go to court on the date that you were supposed to, Mr.
Yes, I
Winborn?
did. Yeah.
And was that case resolved?
Yes, it was. All the charges were dropped.
Did you get your bail back?
Yes, I did. At that time...
Just a second. I'll ask questions. Don't editorialize.
Sure.
Did you get it back in a check?
Yeah, I got it back in a check.
What did you do with it?
I got my own place to stay.
You weren't together to begin with at the time you called her for the bail.
At that time, we were planning on moving in with each other.
You weren't together with her at the time, according to you.
Well, this is what kind of broke us up, is the money is what the arguments were beginning to be about. So we weren't together at the time that I got the money back.
So why didn't you give her the money? It wasn't your money, it was hers.
Because I was planning on moving in, and that didn't happen because we got in arguments.
Do you understand why you're going to get a little bit humiliated here today, sir?
Yeah.
You understand? Because you're going to give me an answer, and you're going to sound like a moron. A big-time moron.
Do you want me to continue with the story?
No.
No? Okay.
So I am to understand that she paid your bail, almost $3,000. Mm-hmm. You resolved your case, you got a check for the bail, and you didn't give her the money.
No, I didn't.
Well, I'm waiting for an excuse that Bird can understand.
Well, the check did come back in my name, although that's not an excuse. But I need a place to live. I'd rather be in jail than to be
Go to a shelter.
Homeless. You know what I mean?
Go to a shelter.
Shelter.
Yeah, go to a shelter. How old are you?
21.
21. You have parents?
Yeah, they live down Southern California. So.
I don't care where they live. You have parents. Mm-hmm. Do they hate you?
Not extremely.
Not extremely. That's an answer. Not extremely. Do you have siblings?
Yes, I do.
How old are they?
32 and 23.
Do they hate you?
No, they don't.
So you have options. Your options aren't to steal from Miss Zamani. That's not an option. The money was hers. She laid it out. She was to get it back. So far we have $2,932. Now you can tell me about this nonsense about the computer.
Well, I woke up one morning.
What morning?
A week before May 14th, and the computer was drenched in a liquid, and Logan had spent the night, and I had to let it air dry for a few days, and I took it to a computer shop, and they said it would cost more to fix the computer than to buy a new one.
Well, so how do you know he did it?
He has a history of watering things in his sleep.
What do you mean watering? You mean he urinates on things?
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Manny, listen to me. If this happened in May and you were still looking at him in August, that's your problem. I mean, if you say that he has a history because he uses drugs, abuses alcohol, so he doesn't know what he's doing, and he waters the world while he's under the influence, you stayed with him. It's almost like assumption of risk. But he owes you for bail. That he owes you for. Anything else you want to say to me, Mr. Winborn?
I've only really watered tomato plants and trees.
Mr. Winborn, I don't find you amusing. I think that there's a reason your parents don't like you. I have enough children. I have enough children. I always love them. Sometimes I like them more than other times, right? I don't like you at all. So I'm really quite sympathetic with your parents because they probably invested a great deal of time and effort in you, and look what they got. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $29.32. That's all. Out!
Why does that excuse you may step out?
We just didn't get along.
I think it was one of the things, but I don't think it was the main thing.
We didn't have equal thoughts about money.
I just thought we were going down different paths.
You know, the money would have came back anyway, so.
Not loan out money.
I have no arguments with her, no arguments with anybody else, so everything's going good in my book.